Okay, you guys, we're gonna do our chili. So we got the ground chili here, and this is actually chili meat that they'll do at the butcher for you, and they'll ground it for you. You just gotta request it if they don't have it on the shelves. So this is about a pound, and since it's cold outside, anytime it's cold outside, we're gonna start off with some chili. Okay, you guys, we have the chili meat in the pot, and if you don't see chili meat in your local grocery store, you just have to ask them, the butcher, to grind it up, and they will. So as we brown it, I'm going to put these, it's a fourth of a cup of, a fourth of an onion and less than a fourth of a bell pepper is what I'm putting in here. Just a little bit less than a fourth of a bell pepper, because it's going to help season the meat. And then we're going to step over to the side, and we're going to make our actual chili seasoning in just a second. But we want to get the meat started so they can start cooking, and then we'll season it. Once it's browned, we'll put a little bit more seasoning and let it simmer for a little bit. So let's get that going. Okay, and we're gonna cover this up. Okay, so now it's time to make our chili seasoning for our chili. So I'm gonna do a big batch of it. So we're gonna do 3/4 cups of chili powder. So let's do that. Yeah, I'm looking at the side of the cup because it has the measures on here, but it's going to be approximations. But it's if you're one of those people who need the exact measurements, it's 3/4 cup. Because I'm making a big batch for future, because it's the beginning of winter, or almost winter, so we'll be eating chili quite often. Then I have some ground cumin. I'm gonna finish this off to make it a full cup, so 1/4 cups of ground cumin. Okay, oh, sorry about that. I actually opened up the other side. Make sure both sides are closed. Do not be like me. Okay. So we're gonna do 1/4 cup of ground cumin. So it's just about, with that 4th cup, we're about right at a cup, which is perfect. And then the pepper's gonna be, black pepper's gonna be to your tasting. So I just crank this thing about, I don't know, about 4 or 5 times, and so I got about that much, and I'm gonna pour about that much in there, because I'm also gonna put cayenne pepper in. So cayenne pepper, I don't measure a lot, but if I had to measure the cayenne pepper, I would say maybe a palm full of cayenne pepper, maybe like a quarter, about that much cayenne pepper, because again, this is going to be for several batches. So you're gonna put that in, and make sure you rinse your hand off if you do the cayenne, because you don't want to rub your eyes later. That wouldn't be good. Okay, so we're gonna go from there. We're also going to add some garlic powder. This is granulated garlic, so for this amount, I like a lot of garlic as well. So I'm gonna say 1/2 of a 4th of a cup. If that makes sense to y'all. 1/2 of a 4th of a cup. Look at all that powder coming up there. So it's kind of looking like that. Then we're gonna do the same thing with granulated onions. If you have onion powder, that's fine too. I have chunks in mine, so I'm not gonna do too much with that. And then you can do salt to taste. What I do, I like the garlic salt. Again, I like a lot of stuff with garlic. So I use the garlic salt. And this one's just happened to be about Larry's. And this is one part that you might want to measure just because it's salt. So I have a tablespoon here, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon of salt to this. About a tablespoon of salt. Uh-oh. Try not to make a mess like I just did, but so after I add the tablespoon of salt, that's pretty much it. I got everything in there that I need for my chili. So then you just want to mix this up. Stir it. If you have chunks in it or anything of that nature, just stir it up. Try to knock the chunks out. And then you can store it in whatever jar you would like to store it in to keep it fresh. And what I'm going to store it in is just a plain mason jar, you know, and I'll put the lid on it. And so I'll just dip out as I need it. And right now I'm making chili, so I need it. And I'm going to put approximately 2 tablespoons of this seasoning into my chili. And that should be enough to season the chili. What I thought about, my daughter said they really wanted chili more than once over the weekend. So I added another pack of chili meat into the pot. So instead of doing 2 tablespoons, I may just do like 3 tablespoons to ensure that it's seasoned through and through. Because 1 pack of chili was definitely much more meat in it than the other. So let's get over here and put this into our... So this is what it's going to look like once you mix it all up. And if I had put it in a mason jar, I could have shook it up. So that's what it's going to look like. And it makes approximately 1.5 cups. 1.5 cups of chili seasoning. So you can use this for quite a while before you have to make another batch. So let's get over to the chili and put this seasoning on it. Okay, so this is what the chili looks like. So now that the meat has cooked enough to render the fat off of it, so now we're going to pour the fat off, and then we'll come back and add the actual seasoning because we want the seasoning to stick with the meat. So let me pour the fat off the meat, just the natural grease that came out, and then we'll go back in and we'll put our seasoning that we just made on top. Okay, so this is how we're going to render the fat off. I'm right here by the sink, and I have a bowl to catch the fat down in there. So you're going to put your strainer inside your pot. You're going to press down on the weight. You're going to render the fat off. You're going to just push it down, and then you're going to pour it out. So that's why you're keeping your meat inside the... You're going to pour the fat out. Just like that. You put the fat off the meat. Into a bowl. I have it fall into a bowl again, not into my sink. You can mess up your drainage system, but there you go. That's when you render the fat off, and let's go season it. Okay, so now we're back. We rendered the fat off, and because we've rendered the fat off, I'm just going to use a regular tablespoon because again I put additional packet of meat in, so we're going to do some heaping tablespoons. So that's 1 heaping tablespoon of seasoning that we just made. That's 2. And this is our 3rd because, again, we put extra meat in, so we want to ensure that it's seasoned through and through. In addition to that, we want to add our Rotel tomatoes. And I poured most of the juice off of those. And we're going to get a tomato paste in here. 1 6-ounce can of tomato paste. All this in our chili. And we're going to let this cook for another 20 or 30 minutes. And it should be all rendered in. And ready to go. And we will add some, you also want to add some stock. Beef stock or chicken stock, whatever your preference is. You want to add that broth to this. So, and I'm going to do about 2 cups. So I have to mix the broth up because all I have is the powder. I'm out of the cans of broth, so I have to come back and mix up some, and I add it to this, and then we're gonna let it cook. Okay, you guys, I don't have any broth, any chicken broth or any beef broth, so I'm gonna make it with using the chicken flavored bouillon. And so I got 2 cups of hot boiling water. And to this boiling water, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of bouillon powder. So 1, 2. Let's add it. I'm going to stir it and make sure that it's mixed good. And then we're going to add it to our chili. You hear the water coming the chili down, so that's exactly what we want to happen. And so now we're going to, again, give it a stir. Let me let you guys see how it looks here. Sorry about that. This is how it's looking. So we're going to give it a stir. And then we're gonna put the top back on it, and then we're gonna let it simmer for another 20 to 30, well, actually 30 minutes. So it's nice and cooked down. And that's gonna be our chili. It's gonna be ready to go. So you guys stay tuned to see how my kids actually likes this chili. Okay. And you guys, please don't forget I see a lot of people watching the videos, but they forget to subscribe. To help other people out who's learning to cook or who just need to know how to season chili or make chili powder or any of that. Chilies, not chili powder, but mixed chili seasoning. You guys go ahead and put a like on the video, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and know that I do appreciate you guys for watching. So stay tuned for my kids' test tasting. They'll be home in about 30 minutes. Okay, the chili is done. What I did was made me a little miniature, like this little bitty sample of a Frito pie, because it's not dinner time just yet, but I want to sample it for you guys so you guys can see what it tastes. I can taste it. So I have a few Fritos on the bottom, the chili, and then we put a little cheese on top. So let's sample it, see how we did with the chili and the seasoning as well. So I got a little bit of everything. It's still hot. I don't know if you guys can see the smoke coming off, but it's still hot. Oh yeah, that's good. That's definitely hitting. I'm just gonna do some chili by itself. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's really good. I'm not saying it because I made it, but it's good. Really good. You guys, make sure you comment below if you decide to make the chili recipe. Let me know how it turned out for you guys. Rude to talk with food in your mouth, but this is really good. So let me know how it turned out for you. I can't say nothing, but it's good over and over and over. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I got a lot of views, but I have to get more subscribers. So if you guys watching the video, please understand that I appreciate you and I thank you for subscribing. And make sure you hit the like button, because like this again, the weather is cooling off, and this is definitely chili season, and this might help someone else season that chili and even just make chili. Thank you guys for watching. Good stuff. Thumbs up, thumbs down, what?
Thumbs to the sky.
Thumbs to the sky? Okay. Well, we got Michaela's test taste on the chili.
Real good.